Okay, so now I'm going to react to the rest of the video. I might have paused it and probably skipped a little further, but now I'm like at a very big screen. Humongous! Okay, not really humongous, just a really big screen. Alright. Something's wrong with my...
Okay, I'll be honest. I was starting to like Chad before, like, in the beginning where he's texting Jeremy, and that is the only time they ever talk to each other. And when they're introducing themselves, and when they say the same answer, which is robotic Bigfoot, but they never talk again after that. That literally destroys Chad's character. Okay, Jeremy does it too, but at least he's very redeemable. Well, I have to say, Chad, I really hated Chad. That is like a Rigby counterpart done way wrong. I think Quintel did it right with Doug, but to have a character that looks like Crash Bandicoot, except give him a different fur color, make him wear clothes, and give him a tail, and make him sound like Sonic, that doesn't change the fact of me liking that possum, because I hate him. Well, guess what,
I was
Chad?
so cruel
I'm
to you,
talking to you, and this Jaramanchi girl has got something to say to you. There. I think I proved my point about hating Chad. Now with Jeremy. Now, like I said before, nothing can possibly beat this marshmallow-headed bird. I mean, he's also voiced by Roger Craig Smith, but his voice sounds very, very, I don't know, I just love Jeremy's voice. I don't know, he sounds stern, or I don't know, the way he sounds, it just makes me so happy to hear that voice. I mean, he sounds so mellow sometimes, and sometimes he sounds stern, and when he gets mad, he lets his aggression out. He literally, when he shoves Mordecai, and how he, growls at him or something like that, or I don't know, he just shoves him and just tells him to get lost. It's just how Jeremy said it with such aggression, I don't know, it's just a highlight, another highlight to replace, other than him being the cutest character, and having him use his aggression, and having this voice that I can't resist, it's just too great.
His voice is really good.
But you already know the downslide when Jeremy uses that stupidity from Jeremy in the movie, and his neutral face that he does 2 times.
Okay, so heads up, if anyone has read the fanfiction Jeremy the movie, you'll know that Jeremy has his moment of stupidity, even in Replaced, because it takes him 30 freaking seconds to know what's going on, and when he sees Compost, he still questions it. That's stupidity. Jeremy was acting stupid right there. And you might probably argue with, oh, it's the character, he acts like that, he's lame. That's not true. I may like Jeremy, but he has his ups and downs too. I mean, I might not be surprised if Roger Craig Smith wanted Jeremy to act like that. He's supposed to be this stuck-up, snobby, hipster ostrich, but is actually hiding his weakness, which is probably him not knowing what's going on, or sabotage is Jeremy's weakness. Or Chad's, I don't know. I can't really know, because Jeremy was basically the only one that barely actually talked in that episode. Do you think Chad had a lot of dialogue? Jeremy was the only one that talked a lot! I'm just saying. You think that Chad's better than Jeremy? Watch the freaking episode again and see how awesome Jeremy is, and go to FanPop and change. Whoever said anything mean about Jeremy, shame on you. Shame on you both. You will not talk about that, about Jeremy saying that he's lame. You give him a good rating, a 50 or a 60. He does not deserve a 29. Understand. Good.
Yeah, apparently Jeremy does that, and, like I said, at the pizza party, I do kind of side with Mordecai, because pizza parties are supposed to be fun, but I don't think Jeremy meant to say that the pizza party's lame. He was just working. I bet Jeremy likes pizza parties on a daily basis. I mean, he is an adult like Mordecai. He's a bird, and he says dude 2 times in the episode, so I wouldn't call him a straight counterpart of Mordecai because he is albino and he's an ostrich, but
they're both avians. It makes sense since Mordecai and Jeremy are still avians. At the end of the day, Mordecai and Jeremy are still freaking birds. Mordecai wears clothes. Jeremy doesn't. Doesn't make them different, except Mordecai's a slacker and Jeremy is not a slacker. He's a worker. I should have been more specific and more serene when it came to talking about this, but I just kept up talking about Jeremy this, Jeremy that, all for the freaking video. Well, not really all the whole video. And then just when I just see my reactions when I used to do that, and seeing how I was really good with talking about Replace, now I'm just going back to talking about Jeremy. It just gets really frustrating. And then every time I see a headline in which I see the Jeremy cameo, then the Jeremy fist pose where it didn't belong, I'm just like, I don't care! Enough is enough! I talked about Jeremy so much, it got me the hate and those Jeremy haters. And probably people gave up on watching Regular Show or my channel because I talked about Jeremy so much. See my channel now, I don't really even talk about Jeremy anymore. Regular Show's freaking dead. I'm only doing like SpongeBob reviews to keep it alive, Cartoon Network rants, and I'm gonna go back to doing Regular Show right before the month ends of December, just to show how much I really cared about this show. Just, you know what? Starting to get used to it. Mainly because I have to deal with crap like this.
How that guy just throw a punch at Mordecai because he gets shoved into him by this purple monster, that literally just states that Jeremy has had enough. He he just can't take it. He had to punch Mordecai in the face. And I would side with Jeremy on that side too. But I still don't get how he misses a punch to Mordecai. I mean, he missed. And how Mordecai pushes Jeremy down, he doesn't even make a sound. He doesn't squeal in pain or he doesn't say anything. He just lies there with his eyes closed. What is he, Horong?
Horong from Tekken 3.
And I don't get how he manages to get up and put Mordecai in a headlock. I mean, I love the headlock, but how does he get up so fast just to wrap his hands or arms around Mordecai's neck and just growl at him?
He doesn't growl.
Just how he looks at Mordecai. Like, how does he do that? I know he's an ostrich and does stuff quickly, but the animation is not shown of Jeremy doing that. Neither is showing Chad using takedown on Rigby. It's all he did to Rigby was just punch him with his phone.
It's kind of clear how J.J. Quilzel probably just animated that scene where Jeremy falls down and then Benson comes up with the golf cart, and then when he says that's enough, Jeremy already has Mordecai in a headlock. How the hell does he get up so fast? I mean, I know he's an ostrich, but like I said, the animation is not shown of Jeremy doing that. Neither is Chad using takedown on Rigby, which kind of is clear evidence that Chad is an Eevee.
That's it. And of course, we know that Chad and Jeremy had to leave because the job was too crazy and they rocket power with their cell phones out of the park, and who knows where they are until that darn cameo. I just can't handle it. That thing, like...
Okay, why was I talking about the cameo? I don't understand. I was talking about Replaced, then I just go to talking about Chad and Jeremy returning as a cameo in Every Meat Burritos. What was wrong with me that day? Like, I don't understand. Okay, I get the point. I watched both Replaced and I saw Jeremy's cameo the same day before I even talked in the video, but still, it doesn't give me an excuse. Just, this was 2016! In December, like, I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I might be surprised at how I transitioned, but still, that doesn't give it clear evidence of going from one thing to another just like that.
Jeremy cameo is literally number 2 on worst fears and stuff I don't like, and it's sad because it's Jeremy related.
It is Jeremy related.
Okay, I think I've gone too far with this, but I should probably end this video now. I'm going to do the rest of season 3 if I can. Just be patient because I have something else planned tonight. What is it? Oh, you'll find out. Just let me see if I can get this over with.
Oh my gosh, this was before New Year's Day. Okay, so I don't really know what to say. Otherwise, this is the worst video I've ever done ever on YouTube. Even the first part. Where I think not really the worst video in general, but the worst when I was talking about Replaced. People have constantly said, why do you keep doing Replaced? Well, it's my number one favorite episode of Regular Show Season 3. I don't understand. How could it beat episodes like Excellent or Sugar Rush or maybe Wrap It Up or Cruisin'? Because of Jeremy. Like, I kept telling you guys, it's all because of Jeremy. It's the paddle boats, it's the plot, it's Chad, it's all this stuff. Like, the main reason, it's not just because of Jeremy. It's just, I just thought it really rare that they actually would have an episode based off of a running gag that they have on the show. Benson trying to fire Mordecai and Rigby. So, yes, Mordecai and Rigby have failed numerous times. They've been late for some jobs, but still, kind of having Chad and Jeremy in there, like, kind of shoved in to be a plot device isn't really good with regular fan 101, but to me, I think it was really clever. And they had such really good dialogue, they had good transitions, the music was great as usual, and just the whole thing in general. The only downflaw is there are some animation errors, like some scenes are kind of missing. Jeremy's tail is missing in a few frames. Sometimes their beaks or their mouths don't kind of match to what they're saying, and Mordecai kind of doing that. I don't know what he did, but still, I don't think it could have been edited out, or it was not really intentional. It's just a wingtip. I don't think he meant to do it willingly. He was just counting backwards. So I don't think it's really anything bad. Overall, the whole thing with the lake monsters and the pizza party going on and the fight scene kind of literally saves it. But literally, it's just saved because of both Chad and Jeremy. Not just Jeremy, Chad and Jeremy. They saved the episode. They did it. Not just freaking Jeremy. Like, I like both of them now, but even if I like Chad, it's Jeremy the one I still like most of all. Like I said, he has the most lines, he has a really great voice, his design is adorable and cute, and he delivers some really good lines. Chad, on the other hand, only has he talks too, but he doesn't talk as much as Jeremy, otherwise being the last person to speak. Jeremy the first person to speak in the episode, Chad being the last one to speak. It's kind of a little bit backwards when you think about it, but the ostrich having more dialogue than the possum kind of really makes Jeremy probably the best character in Replace, but I don't get how he gets a 29% on Fan Pop while Chad gets a freaking 73%. What did Chad do? He just does what Jeremy does, but he doesn't do it as much. He doesn't have that much dialogue. He's not really with some good